Hey everyone, for today's video I thought I would share with you some of the ways that I plan to keep the kids occupied in the car as we go through this move. I have done a video similar to this in the past. It was actually one of my first videos. I think I titled it something to the effect of entertaining littles in the car or something like that, but I'll try to link it below. Some of the things that I do will be very similar because it worked out really well. We'll also have some new stuff, and we won't have some of the things that we did at that round. Some of it just didn't work out. Some of it they got bored of. So anyway, so we're going to try to change it up a little bit. So I'm going to show you what I've got and then tell you what I plan to do in addition to what we've got. To start out, I do have their little color book binders. I put their names on it this time with decals that I made. In the front, I do have a map of our route. I'm not going to show you that because it's got our address on it and stuff like that, and you don't need to see that. But it's a map of the United States, and it shows a starting point and an ending point, and we're going to try to mark it as we go. And then for the older kids, I have some color by sight words. They both have some of this one. And then this is my oldest daughter's notebook, so she has some color by math. This one is addition. And then she also has some subtraction in there somewhere. And then they both, Bethany and Mariana, both have some hidden pictures inside a picture. There's a few of those. And then all of them have random color pages, some zoo animals, some characters that they're into, just things like that. And I use printables that I get off of like Google or Pinterest. And I use these because instead of a regular color book, because this way we're not stuck to one particular set of pictures. Like they can choose exactly what they want, and I can print it out and they can color it. And then the only difference between Bethany's and Mariana's is that she has a color by shape picture instead of the numbers. But the rest of it is exactly the same. And then the younger two, they just have all the color pictures, but all of the color pictures are exactly the same. So I just printed out 4 copies. And what I'm gonna do for their coloring utensils, all right, my apologies. My kids are supposed to be taking a nap and they were having a meltdown. So I had to take care of that. Anyway, what I'm gonna do for their coloring utensils is instead of using crayons this time, I'm going to use colored pencils. For 2 reasons. One, they can't ruin my upholstery that way. Well, not as bad anyway. By coloring on it. And then with our last trip, our last vacation, we found that when we headed towards the desert, which we will be headed to on the way out again, the crayons melted into my car upholstery and into like every crevice it could get into, and it was a pain in the butt to get out. So this way that doesn't happen either. And another problem we had with crayons, and I imagine we would have with pencils as well, is that they kept dropping them and losing them, and they'd get stepped on and broken, and that would be upsetting and all that kind of stuff. So my hope and my plan is to, for the younger kids, I'm thinking maybe somehow secure like a piece of yarn or something to them, and then secure it to the binder somehow, and then and obviously like glue it on so it doesn't come off. And then for the older kids, maybe some Velcro, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna play around with it and see what works, but that way they can just kind of stick it there and hopefully not lose it this time. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, next we have, the next thing I have is just like last time, lots and lots of books. Right now I have a total of 12. These were all purchased at the dollar store. They have not read a single one of them, and they will not read a single one of them until it is moving day, because new books are better than old books, right? More interesting, and hopefully will keep their attention more. So until we move, they won't see these books. They did see me pick them up, but they did not get to open them up. So it'll all be new. Hopefully that'll help. We also have glow sticks. These were a big hit last time, so we definitely got some more of those. We have some glow necklaces. There's 4 of those, and then I have 24 of the bracelets. And of course, these will only be given at night. But they look forward to these, so they're really excited about those. And then they each have their own backpacks this time. Last time I just kind of found random bags laying around the house. This time, because it's back to school, I was able to get them for $2.50 a piece. So a total of about $10, I think, if my math is right, and it usually isn't. But they all got the same pattern except for Charity, because I picked hers. So they all got the stars pattern. So I had to put their names on the back strap because I felt like that was the best place to put it. It was the best, most obvious place, because it showed up best, I guess. I don't know. So they all have their own backpack with their name on it. And while I don't expect the younger ones to read, the bigger kids will know and can help me out with that. I forgot to mention, the backpacks, just like the bags last time in our vacation, will be filled with just random toys from the house that they choose, and those will always be with them. Those will not be rotated out. Everything else will be rotated, so they'll have one item, say like the notebooks, for a couple of hours, and then when we stop, I'll take those, and then we'll go with a book or something. Every single time we stop, we will switch it out so that they are always rotating and they never get bored of them. But the backpacks will be with them the entire trip. One thing that I am adding this time that I did not do last time, we're going to do some finger puppets. And I hope to have a tutorial for these up very soon. They will each get a set. They'll all be about the same, with the exception of maybe the size, because I suck at getting everything right. I'm freehanding them, so yeah. So they'll have these, and that'll be really neat. They are really excited about these. Another thing that we're gonna do is called like a face flip book, I guess. I don't know really how to refer to it. But what it is it'll be, I'm gonna take some cardstock, I'm gonna cut a bunch of rectangles out of it. On each rectangle, I will draw one set of, like, one rectangle will have eyes on it, another one will have nose, another one will have lips or mouth or whatever, and we're going to do a bunch of different ones on each individual rectangle, if that makes any sense. And then we're going to secure them with, like, binder rings or book rings. And then we're gonna glue them together with a piece of cardboard to kind of look like a book, so they can flip through and make a bunch of different faces. And I hope to have a tutorial on that. That's a Pinterest project that is waiting to be done as well. They're really excited about that. I'm also thinking about doing a Lego box out of a pencil box. I'm not positive on that one because I do still have little ones that do and will eventually put things in their mouths. I know my oldest is probably old enough to use the Legos. I just don't know if she's old enough to remember to put them away all the time. So, and while it's just in the car, usually they end up taking whatever I give them and keeping it and using it every day after that, until it either breaks or disappears. So I'm not sure about the Legos. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, unless I find something on Pinterest, that's basically it. But I feel like it should keep them pretty occupied. My kids are usually really easy in the car anyway, so especially if they have something exciting to look forward to. So yeah, that is our plan for entertaining them in the car. And again, if I think of anything else, I will definitely add to that, and I will let you guys know and I will show you, and I will be posting some tutorials for the DIYs that I'm doing for them, so be on the lookout for those. Other than that, until next time, bye guys!